The shower is running hot. Steam fills the bathroom the way it always does. That familiar fog that softens everything, makes the world feel manageable before it starts. You're rinsing shampoo out of your hair, eyes closed, warm water hitting the back of your neck, and you feel it. Not pain, nothing dramatic, just less. You run your fingers through the top of your head and the lather moves differently, slides through too fast, too easy. You open your eyes and look at your hand, and there it is, a small constellation of hair resting in your palm, like something your body quietly decided to give away without asking you first. You're 24. The bathroom smells like the same $2 shampoo you've used since college. The extractor fan hums. Somewhere outside, a car door slams. Everything is completely normal, and yet something has shifted in a way you can't name yet, can't file away, can't laugh off. You rinse your hand under the water and watch it disappear down the drain. And you tell yourself, it's fine. Everyone loses a little hair. You towel off. You look in the mirror. And for just a moment, you almost believe yourself. It doesn't happen overnight. That's the cruelest part. It happens in increments so small that you almost gaslight yourself out of noticing. One morning, the part in your hair is slightly wider. 2 weeks later, the hairline at your temple has moved back by what looks like a centimeter, maybe 2. You start taking photos, not because you want to document it, but because you need evidence that you're not imagining it. You style your hair differently. You find angles. You learn lighting. Every guy going through this learns lighting before he learns anything else. But then summer arrives. You're at a backyard barbecue, someone's birthday. Paper plates and the smell of charcoal and someone's dad's playlist bleeding out of a Bluetooth speaker. You're standing in direct sunlight for the first time without a hat, and your friend's older sister, someone you've met maybe twice, squints at you and says, "Oh wow, are you going bald?" And she's not being cruel, that's the thing. She genuinely thinks she's just making an observation, the way you'd say, "Oh, did you get a haircut?" Everyone nearby hears it. You laugh it off. You say something self-deprecating. You take the paper plate someone hands you and you eat your hot dog and you make the same face you always make at parties. Relaxed, present, fine, while something underneath quietly closes like a fist. But on the drive home, in the rearview mirror at a red light, you catch a glimpse of your hairline against the car window. And for the first time, a thought enters your head that you didn't invite. Am I still someone people want to look at? You turn the radio up. Your mom notices. Of course she does. She brings it up at a family dinner in the way that mothers bring up hard things, sideways, wrapped in concern, arriving at the topic through a side door you didn't know was open. She says your uncle started losing his hair young too. She says there are treatments now. She's done her research. She slides her phone across the table and there's a product, some serum, some supplement, and her face is warm and open, and she genuinely means well. And that's exactly what makes the next part so much harder, because now it's dinner table conversation. Your dad weighs in. Your brother makes a joke. Your aunt says it happens to a lot of men and you should own it. Just shave it. As if the solution to watching your identity shift is to accelerate it. As if confidence is something you can just select, like a haircut. The table moves on. Lasagna gets served, and you sit there with your mom's phone still in front of you, showing a before and after photo of a stranger, and you realize the problem has been officially filed under family concern. You are now something that needs to be solved at dinner. Your mom orders the serum for you. It arrives in 3 days. You use it every night for 6 weeks, standing in that same steamy bathroom, applying it carefully, following the instructions like you're doing something sacred. You want to believe in it, the way you want to believe in a lot of things. It doesn't work. And somehow, irrationally, unfairly, in a way you can't quite articulate, you feel like that's your fault too. You go on a job interview at 26. Marketing firm, good salary, the kind of office with exposed brick and a kombucha tap. You've prepared. You know your answers. You walk in and the hiring manager, late 30s, full head of hair, firm handshake, looks at you and there's a beat. A fraction of a second where his eyes do the thing eyes do when they're categorizing. You might be imagining it. You're probably imagining it. You don't get the job. And you will never know why. That's the particular torture of this. It doesn't leave fingerprints. No one will ever sit you down and say, "We went with someone who looked more like what we imagined." They'll say, "We found a candidate whose experience was a stronger fit." And you'll nod and thank them for their time and walk out into the parking garage and sit in your car for a minute before starting it. You search the company's Instagram later. You find photos from their last team outing. You study them longer than you should. You close the app. You open it again. At 27, you shave it. Not because you've made peace with it, not because some YouTube video told you to embrace it and you listened. You shave it because one morning you wake up and the half measure of what's left on your head feels like the worst of all possible worlds. Too much to be clean, not enough to be hair. And you're tired. You're just tired of the negotiation. The razor is cold, the bathroom quiet. You go slow at first, then faster. When you're done, you stand there and look at yourself, and you don't feel liberated. You feel like you've arrived somewhere earlier than you were supposed to. But you go out. You go to a bar with friends. You walk in, and for approximately 45 minutes, no one says anything. And you think, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the other side. Then a drunk guy near the jukebox points at you from across the room and shouts something about Vin Diesel. His friends laugh. They're not even being malicious. They're just drunk and 22, and everything is a bit. You smile, because that's what you do. You smile and you let it be a bit, but your jaw is tight for the rest of the night. And when you get home, you look in the mirror for a long time in the dark hallway, just the dim light coming from the kitchen, and you think about the version of yourself that exists in other people's heads, the easy punchline, the visual shorthand, the guy you became before you had any say in it. You didn't ask for this particular story, but it's yours now. You're on a date at 28. It's going well. She's funny, she asks real questions, the wine is cheap, but fine. And then, you're not sure how it comes up, but somehow it does. She thinks bald guys can be really attractive. She just personally has a thing for hair. She says it like she's complimenting you, like she's offering something. She says, "I'm sure other girls are totally into it." She's not a villain, that's the thing. She genuinely thinks she's just making an observation, the way you'd say, "Oh, did you get a haircut?" You drive home replaying it. You replay a lot of things these days. You've gotten good at reconstructing conversations, finding the exact moment where you were subtracted from someone's consideration. You've become an archaeologist of your own diminishment. And you hate that. You hate that more than the hair. That you've started moving through the world calculating how much space you're allowed to take up, how much someone is willing to overlook, what the going rate is for being the version of yourself you didn't choose. This is the part no one tells you about. Not the hair. The arithmetic. The constant, exhausting arithmetic. It's a Tuesday morning. You're 29. You're on the subway. Headphones in, but nothing playing, because sometimes you just need the pretense of privacy. The car is crowded. That particular morning smell of coffee and coats and too many people. A kid across from you, maybe 8, 9 years old, is staring at your head with the open, unfiltered curiosity that children use before the world teaches them not to. His mother is on her phone. He tugs her sleeve. "Mom," he says, loud enough that the people nearby can hear, "why doesn't that man have any hair?" She glances up, glances at you. Her face does something complicated. Embarrassment, apology, a flicker of something else you can't name. She pulls the kid's attention back to her phone and leans down and whispers something. The kid looks at you one more time, then away. The train moves, the lights flicker the way they always do between stations, that brief dimming where everything goes slightly dark and slightly yellow before coming back. You look at your reflection in the black window across the car, warped, imprecise, the face of someone you recognize but haven't fully accepted yet. The kid has already forgotten you. The doors open, people move, morning continues the way mornings always continue, indifferent and forward-moving, making no accommodations. You stay on the train for 3 more stops past yours.